Well, it's a good story to tell. Telehouse has been in business around 25 years. We're probably one of the first companies in the United States with a purpose-built data center. Started in 1989 in Staten Island, New York, and since then we've grown exponentially. Currently we own and operate 46 data centers in 24 cities, 13 countries around the world. So we're one of the few companies that give you the capability of managing all your data centers from one location. And that's very much of a challenge today in a global economy. People want to be able to rely on less entities instead of more entities. It's just easier to manage. So with us, we eliminate some of the obstacles that you have when you're dealing globally, such as currency risk, the laws that they have, and just the physical management of the facilities.
How do you deal with things like data location?
That's really left to the client themselves. I mean, we primarily provide space and power within our facilities, and it's up to the client in terms of the type of equipment, servers, routers, switches that they have in the facility. But we do work in conjunction with them and other third-party providers and vendors to be able to facilitate that on an as-needed basis.
So, are you bringing anything new to the show?
Well, I don't know about new. We're just talking a little bit about our expansion into the global market. We currently have, as I mentioned, 46 data centers. However, we're excited about the fact that in Japan we're adding 2 more major data centers, one in Tokyo, which is up to a 42 kVA facility, which is very high density in the data center industry, and another one in Osaka, about 30 kVA, and then a third data center in one of our most recognizable facilities, which is the Docklands in London.
Oh yes, of course. So, staying with Japan, I presume these are earthquake-proof.
Well, pretty much, yeah. We've had some. Well, I'm not an engineer, so I don't want to make that blanket statement. Yeah. But we haven't never had a critical outage in our facilities in terms of in a 25-year history. Certainly, there have been some bumps along the road, but I guess it's a testament to the management and the engineering of the facilities. In fact, several years ago, we had a major issue here with weather in Hurricane Sandy in New York, and at the current time we had 3 data centers. Now we have 2. At that time, none of the facilities went down for even a moment. We actually ran off our own diesel power for 5.5 days, and it was again.
I didn't realize that 5.5 days. That's quite impressive. I didn't think I haven't heard of any outages going more beyond a couple of days.
Well, Hurricane Sandy was extraordinary. The problem was many of our competitors did not fare as well. They weren't prepared as well, and they suffered the consequences.
And you were on location for that?
Well, we had people on staff at the current time. It wasn't me personally, but our engineering people were there 24 hours a day for the entire...
You'd been evacuated.
I was in another secure location. Yeah.
We can't talk about it.
Right.
What if is there anything you've seen at the show, Peter, that's been particularly interesting or new or surprising? Or
I don't know about so much surprising, but there is a lot of interest in global co-location. That's number one. The other thing there's a big interest in is something that we're very involved with. One of the things that Telehouse does is we own and operate one of the largest internet peering exchanges in the United States. It's called the NYX. And we see a fairly steady shift between traditional IP transit and the movement towards open or public peering. It's a more efficient way of doing business. It's basically a high-speed, low-latency connection directly into many of the content providers, ISPs, ASPs around the world that people deal with. But it's also done not only more efficiently, but at about 80% reduction of the cost. So it's one of those things that people 80% reduction.
Wow, I thought I didn't need it properly. And what powers that? Is it the cabling or?
Well, no. Basically, because it's an open exchange.
Oh, I see.
We don't charge for the peering. So if you traditionally were using an ISP and you were paying, let's say, a couple of dollars a meg, and the cost of ISP peering has come down dramatically in terms of just IP transit. Peering is just basically putting 2 companies. So if I want to direct connect, let's say Google or Netflix to somebody, it eliminates all those hops, so that increases the latency dramatically.
And you do that. You're laying this.
Well, it's not really us. We facilitate that.
Right. Okay.
In fact, one of the biggest areas of growth we see is in the gaming industry, where they're doing a lot of data transfer, and we've managed to reduce the latency on some of those companies by as much as 30%.
Well, that's very interesting. I'll have to look into that in more detail. I mean, and is this the massively multiplayer game? The people who are playing each other
Yes,
on the internet?
yes. There's several companies which I'm not allowed to name that have literally multiple. They have multiple millions of customers around the world. So I'm sorry, I don't kiss and tell. So
that's very interesting. So is the gaming market still increasing there?
It is. I mean, the speed to which things go right now in terms of the bandwidth capability allows a much more, I guess, vivid, rich approach. So it's very attractive to many people, especially on the multi-location level, where people play across the world at the same time.
Yeah. Where do they get the time? I don't know about you, but I'm busy all the time.
I wouldn't know.
And how's the show been for you?
It's been good. It's been good. We've gotten some pleasant surprises. Also set up some subsequent meetings to this. There are a couple of more trade shows coming up in the near term, but prior to that, we're hoping to make some inroads and help to see a return on our investment.
Thank you very much for popping along, and I look forward to seeing you next year.
Thanks very much. Yeah.
Thank you.